friends listening. Welcome. This is the Lost Girls podcast, and I'm one of your hosts, Neva.
And I am your other host, Maria. Today we are talking about Yule and Winter Solstice, and it's also our final episode of season 1. Woo woo.
What?
What? We're raising the roof in the 90s. In the 90s style of raising the roof, in case you're listening and not watching.
Because that's a totally normal thing to do in the year of our goddess 2024.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
We've gotten off to a bit of a unhinged start this morning.
Can I say our intro was superb?
I nailed it. I mean, finally, 20 episodes in, we did it almost seamlessly, which I think bodes well for season 2 next year.
I think so as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yule and
Yule
or
what?
Winter. You what?
I said Yule what?
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
You are not an idiot.
Aww.
You are brilliant.
Oh, thank you. As are you.
Because on this podcast, we affirm and uplift.
Yes, we do. Hell yeah. So yeah, Yule and Winter Solstice. We should probably differentiate between the two.
We should. Okay, I'll
All
take
right.
Winter Solstice if you want to take Yule.
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. The Winter Solstice is the point at which the Northern Hemisphere, or I guess, Southern Hemisphere, whatever hemisphere you're in, the point at which the time of darkness is the longest and the time of daylight is the shortest because of the movement of the Earth around the sun. And the hand gestures.
So many gestures.
So, in the Northern Hemisphere, it is December 20th, 21st, 22nd-ish.
Yeah, falls within that 3-day range, typically.
Yeah. And then, when the Northern Hemisphere is experiencing the summer solstice, the Southern Hemisphere is experiencing the winter solstice.
Right, because they're tilted towards Norway.
Yeah. So, this is like the darkest it's going to be, and then the light comes back.
Woo!
I always feel like the last 2 weeks, especially like the last 2 weeks before the winter solstice, I'm just like, I'm so fucking tired of the dark. I'm so fucking tired of the dark.
I know. And it's weird because you don't think that it's as early as it is. Like, for me, I'm always just like, oh, it's before Christmas and New Year's that it's the shortest daytime. Like, I think if you asked just like a regular being, I don't know, February, because it's so cold, typically it's like January, February time. They're like, yeah, that's when it's the darkest. It's like, actually, no, it's all the way to fucking December.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I like
So, tell us about Yule.
You'll love my explanation.
Okay. Next.
I'm full of them today. I'm in a real goofy mood. So I had a good night and now I'm goofy. Yule is the pagan celebration of the winter solstice, but really it like celebrates the return of the sun god. So it's celebrated at the same time as winter solstice, but really, and we'll get into this, was co-opted by the Christian religion as Christmas, even though historically there's some kind of proof that like actual Jesus was born sometime in April. Figures that bitch is a dramatic Aries. But but they just, planned it to coincide with the celebration that already existed. So Yule is the pagan celebration of the winter solstice and the return of the light, and is typically celebrated around the same time because it was celebrated before Christmas. Not to mention that there's like between the end of November and the middle of January, like something ridiculous, like 200 and something different religious holidays that are celebrated across the world in different religions. So we're just going to specifically be talking about Yule and Winter Solstice, but between those times, there's a million. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's Yule, and it's been called a lot of different things, but for the auspices of our podcast, we'll just be calling it Yule instead of like, Sol Invictus or Yalda or any of the other fun, super cool names it's, gathered along the years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yule is easier.
Yeah, and it creates endless opportunities for me to make puns. Which, let's face it, is really what I'm after.
Puns make the world go round.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
that's
what we're doing.
Have you done or are you planning anything special for Yuletide, Maria?
So funny you should mention that. But last night, which was the winter solstice, my friends, and I hesitate to say friends because really they're like my found family, right? We celebrated winter solstice Yule, and the week before or 2 weeks before, we had all gotten together and done crafts. So we made a Yule log, and we strung dehydrated oranges and cinnamon sticks, and we made wreaths and decorations for our house. And then last night, everybody came over and we exchanged gifts that we had made for each other, which is another like Yuletide tradition, is that people typically give homemade items to as gifts, and sometimes they're useful things, like in some cultures it's like sourdough starter or pickled ingredients, fermented products. But for us, we just crafted and made some things and bought some things, and it was just a wonderful celebration of found family. And we all brought food, and potlucks are also another way to celebrate Yule. That's another important tradition. The Yule cauldron is like a big symbol of Yule time.
Mm-hmm.
So typically like soups and stews are popular at this time of year. We didn't do a soup or a stew. We did a pork roast.
Avery made soup last night.
Hey, there you go. Shout out to Avery for following the Yuletide traditions.
Which I thought seemed really strange. I was like, but you don't like soup. And she goes, no, but you do. And I'm like, I know I do. And I'm usually the one.
Yeah, literally a soup that was a gift. Aww. Shout out to your wife. She's going to love that when she listens to this.
Oh, yes. Because she definitely listens to every episode.
Yeah, I don't know that Nick has listened to... He's like, I don't know. I think I listened to a couple. I was like, thanks. You're the most supportive spouse.
But he did have really nice things to say.
He did. So at least there's that. He's like, I don't know, just so busy. And we drive to work together. When is he going to listen to me? In his spare time, he's going to listen to more of me talking. We already drive to work together all day, and then drive home together. And then parent together. He's like, oh, I get it. He doesn't want to listen to any more of this. I understand.
Yeah, but he should listen to me too.
Yeah. And he has said it multiple times, what a calming, pleasant voice you have. And I'm like, what about my voice? It's always like, you have a great podcast energy, sweetheart. And I'm like, fuck you. I get it. Neva dies of laughter.
You have a great podcast energy.
Uh-huh. That's like being like, oh, you have a face for radio. Fucking thanks. Are you kidding me? Don't worry. You'll be sorry. It's awful. I mean, I get it. Who wants to listen to this?
Have you heard of the Icelandic Yule Cat?
Yes, I have. It's fucking awesome. And the Yule goat. I do like that there's a Yule goat.
Oh, I haven't heard of the Yule goat.
Yeah. Please tell me about the Yule cat.
So, Icelandic Yule Cat is like this giant cat that I think eats children that haven't received new clothes.
What?
Or maybe here.
You're gonna look it up?
Tell me about the Yule goat while I get my facts straight.
Cool. Honestly, I don't know much about the Yule goat. It's good that we did research. I just do know that it's a thing that exists, and some people in the witchy traditions will, I wasn't like sacrifice a goat, but like there's like a goat was saved from sacrifice or something, and so it's like become the tidings of Yule and Winter Solstice. It's like, oh, the Yule goat. Yeah, I don't know if it's like the honorary pardoned turkey at Thanksgiving that you just like pardon this goat. I don't know.
Okay, so I was correct. The Yule cat is a huge and vicious cat from Icelandic Christmas folklore that is said to lurk in the snowy countryside during the Christmas season and eat people who do not receive new clothes before Christmas Eve.
That Yule cat is classist.
In other versions of the story, the cat just eats the food of people without new clothes.
Oh my god! What a bitch! Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, so get some new clothes before Christmas Eve.
Clothes. Pff, no problem.
And if you're Icelandic, I guess. If you're not Icelandic, then you don't have to worry about it.
Then I guess you're good. Oh, man.
Oh, you know, I should have worn my Krampus is my homeboy shirt.
You should have. Oh, that would have been funny. I have on, like a black tank top and a green velour hoodie, and I look like every mob boss from The Sopranos right now.
It's all right. I call this my hippie sweater.
Oh, a drug rug?
Yeah, there you go. And then I also have these, like, what are the pants called where, like, the crotch goes, like, down to the knees?
Harem pants?
I have harem pants on.
You trying to form a harem, Neva? I mean, I'm in. I'll sign up.
They're super comfortable. They're just like, it's almost like wearing no pants. Except you are wearing pants.
Except you are wearing pants. I can't wear those pants. Yeah.
Why?
Because I need fabric so that my thighs don't chafe.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm a thick girl. Like, there's a lot of friction going on.
You just get the friction stick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. But like under skirts and dresses and stuff, I have to wear like shorts. Fabric shorts. Yeah. So I'm like, get out of here. So uncomfortable. But they do look comfy. And I always wanted to be like, yeah, I could wear harem pants. But I'm like, I'm going to have to wear like 3 layers if I wear those pants.
You could wear like leggings under them. I was honestly thinking about making them my new like airplane travel pants.
Ooh. There you go. I mean, hey, if they're comfy, then fucking do it.
Yeah. That
rules.
Anyway,
Yule.
Get back to Yule.
Yes. Awesome. So another fun as I'm flipping through the book that I have in front of me. Another fun tradition is like handwritten notes and letters and like writing to people. But I think that like kind of got co-opted into like Christmas cards and sending holiday cards to people. Yeah. Which I staunchly do not participate in because it annoys me for a lot of reasons. And
I also don't, but it's
I
mostly
don't.
because I'm like, that seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's so much work. And it's like, oh, we took a family vacation to, I don't know, Fiji, and we're going to put it on our Christmas card. I'm like, I'm sorry. But the photo that goes on it should be like a photo of everybody yelling at each other and stressed out over the holidays. Like, I don't know. I think I have a hard time buying into like the picture perfect idea of holiday cards. And so I'm just, like, no. No holiday cards.
Since I've been like working and around other people and socializing more than past jobs,
Yeah.
I had a number of people ask me, "Oh, are you ready for the holidays?" I was like, "What does that mean? What?"
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I don't have kids, so
Right.
I'm not rushing around trying to buy gifts.
Right.
Avery and I have never been real gift giving, like physical gift giving kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bought some stuff for myself, but I do that when it's not December also.
Right. If I need it, I buy it.
And like just Christmas in general, I was like, I would rather spend time with the people I care about and who care about me and not worry about, oh, I have to buy them a present. Like, that seems disingenuous and I don't know, something.
Yeah. Like you create an obligation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that either.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of it. Like, we have a lot of organizing and getting ready that we have to do. But because of kids and like Nick and I don't do it between each other. Like we bought each other some stuff, but like not as Christmas presents. Just I was like, oh, this is a thing I saw he wanted and needed, and so I just bought it.
Okay, that sort of gift means a lot more to me than, oh, a date on the calendar says I need to buy you something.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't like the obligation that the date creates.
Yeah.
And it's fun for the kids. Like, we have fun doing that. They've never believed in Santa or any of that. Because, you know, I refuse to lie to my children. And they're both wildly logical. And we don't celebrate Christmas. Like, we celebrate Yule, which is completely different. But not completely different. I see all you Christians out there dragging your fucking trees inside and decorating them. You bunch of pagans.
Last night, Avery asked me what I wanted to do for Yule, and I'm like, the time to ask me that is like a week before the day, not the night of.
Right. Yes.
Because, like, yes, I would love to do something with you, but you need to make that known.
Right.
Before the night.
I need a plan. Yeah. Oh. Ow. Yeah, like we had a plan.
But she made soup, so maybe that was her plan.
I mean, soup is a good plan. Soup is always a good plan. But I'm a bitch who loves soup.
I also love soup.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't do this with the intention of it aligning with solstice. But it just that tends to be my MO is.
Yeah, that's happened on so many different occasions for you.
Yes. Okay,
like,
so
yeah, I forgot.
So this morning, I actually went through all the contacts in my phone, and I deleted ones that I'm like, I don't even know who this is. Like, it was a first and a last name, and like I would click on our text, and we had like no text back and forth. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I don't need them in my phone. And I deleted, like, parents of students from, like, my very first job.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
You know? And so that's a very solstice-y kind of clearing thing to do, I think.
It is, yeah. Just fucking somebody slamming cabinets in my house. What the hell's happening? But, yeah, no, clearing out of old stuff and releasing people and energies that no longer serve you, which I also have been doing a lot of. So yeah, last night was really great because it was like, oh yeah, no, this is the group of people that like I feel safe and comfortable with, and our family. And it's like, yeah, no, this is our family. We've like cultivated a group of unrelated people
Yeah.
who are family. And
Yeah.
like, and the kids also felt seen and heard and appreciated, and there was no like awkward lulls of like your gift is too much or too little. It was just everything was very heartfelt and heartwarming. And I was like, yeah, that seems to be the spirit that we're moving in. Like this is community and we're building family, and that's much more in the community of Yule,
Yeah.
more so than the other very organized religious holidays around this same time are. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I wasn't such a pansy ass and wanted to go outside and make a fire.
Oh, yeah. It was way too fucking cold.
Well, and you're in Connecticut, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's probably way colder there. It's like 30 here.
Oh, yeah. It was like 11 degrees yesterday.
But, like a little ritual that I've read, and, like, that seems really cool, and I'd love to do that, but, like I said, I'm a pansy ass when it comes to the cold. It's basically, like, taking pine cones.
Oh, and
So you
putting the
take a
wishes
pine
in
cone.
them?
Yes, and then burning them. I was like, I love that, and I'm probably not going to do it because it's cold outside.
It's too cold. Yeah. Yeah, we can't do it because I can't be around burning pine cones because I'm super allergic to pine.
Oh,
I know. Which is sad.
you could stand far away and like chuck it in.
Chuck it into the fire? Fuck yeah. Just make sure I stand downwind from wherever it is. We made
and keep the Benadryl handy.
Yeah, and my inhaler. We made 2 Yule logs, which you light historically on Winter Solstice, and then you're supposed to like burn them, like in a fireplace as part of it. But like, okay, my fireplace doesn't work, and I'm not going outside because by the time it was nighttime, it was like 4 degrees, and I was like, no, it's too cold. But we left one on the table where the food was in another room, and the candle burned down, and it caught fire. So we're like doing our like gift exchange in the other room, and Nick and our friend Nicole were like, "Do you smell that?" It's just smoke coming out of the other room. We're like, "Oh my god!" So the candle had burned down, and the Yule log had like set itself on fire, and there was like wax all over the tablecloth. And Nick was like, "Oh fuck!" And so he like puts it out, and then throws the log outside into the snow. We're like, "Happy Yule! We did it!"
Oh, I'm glad you didn't burn your house down.
I know. My very old, made of very dry wood house. Like, oh my god. And aside from it being hilarious, it was just like, well, I guess we stuck with tradition. That's the Winter Solstice tradition, is to burn the Yule log. And we certainly did.
Outside.
Chicken outside.
Oh my
God. I was like, the fuck is happening?
Oh my god.
It was awesome.
Too funny.
Yeah. I was like, well, we did it.
So, with it being the longest night of darkness, that also coincides with very like dark moon, new moon sort of energy. Like when the moon is dark, etc. And so it's a nice time for like setting intention, like reflecting on the past year and setting intentions for the new year, which then is very much like, New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into that.
I don't do resolutions, but I will choose like a word for the year.
Yeah.
And
I'll do like a word or a saying.
Yeah. So what I did last year, and I really liked it, I wrote down whatever my word was, and then I made kind of like, what's it called, where you have like a word in the middle and then you have like lines and
yeah, I don't know,
word web.
A word web. It's like a graphic organizer.
Yeah. So like I'll do that, like, mindfully and, like, like what that word means to me and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I like that.
make a vision board.
Yeah, I usually do that. I usually make a vision board around this time. Um, set some like recap and set goals for
Mm-hmm.
myself. And then like, reflect on if I've met the ones for the past year. And I don't know if you do like a year ahead tarot reading.
I do
Um,
typically. Yep.
yeah, I do too. So sometime between now and New Year's, I'll sit down and do that. I did a
Mm-hmm.
Winter Solstice one, and the Winter Solstice one like really knocked me on my ass. It was, a particularly good spread, and it was like when you know but you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, my friend Becky and I both did it. And then we like sent each other the interpretation. We're like, oh my god, ouch. Like so calling us out. But
Yeah.
so good. Like, very, very good. And like emphasize like the need for closure in relationships that no longer work and friendships that have died off the branch. And just, it was really great. So but yeah, moon rituals, great time for moon rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I know there was a full moon like a week ago ish. About
Yeah,
about
there was
about a week ago.
yeah, there was a full moon a week ago.
Yeah. So
We're in
there should
the
be a new moon
last.
around New Year's.
According to the calendar on my wall, it says the new moon is on the 30th.
Oh fuck yeah, the night before. That
Yeah,
rules. That
yeah,
coincides well.
it does.
Yeah. So do you have any things that you do around this time?
Um, I mean, reflection. Um, maybe I'll do it tonight, or this afternoon or something. I'll do some sort of like candle, with a black candle and white candle, and
Mm-hmm.
gratitude to the darkness and welcoming the light and that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm still finding what works for me and what I like. And most of the things I do tend to be accidental.
It's like you trip and fall into a tradition.
Yeah, they're just accidentally aligned. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. That
That
was,
works for me.
that, like deleting contacts off my phone this morning.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I cleaned, which, like, originally I was like, I just want to, like, relax and rest and blah, blah, blah. But then, and last night I was annoyed at myself because I didn't feel like I had done that. But then this morning I was like, you know what? In order for me to be able to relax and
Right.
reflect, I needed to have a
Yeah.
clean space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of in a rebirthing moment of my life, which is also very relevant to the season.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. There's
What else?
there's a tradition of like a tradition. It's a weird way to I don't particularly like that word. A history of yeah, like portals around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like how those show up in people's lives in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, circa like a Disney movie, it could be a reflection or, a pond, or a river. if you are a Disney princess. But it could also just be like, the negative space between two trees or a particular shape in the clouds, or the curtains around your door look different than they normally do. It could be like really just like little things, and it's like portals and doors for energy that are opening around this time to allow you to access different things. And I think it's always it's good to keep an eye open around this time. And you and I have both discussed that, like, the veil is thin around Samhain. We're like, shut up. Like,
yeah. It's a veil. It's literally always thin.
It's always thin. That's why it's called a veil. Yeah. Anyway, it's not a concrete wall. But I think more doors, more portals open. And I don't know if it's because, like, the energy of past loved ones, around this time, like, loving energies and stress are very high, and so those things become more energetically necessary. But definitely, like, meditation around this time certainly helps. I know that's one of your favorite tools for access. I find it a really good time to ground and meditate on those things. So
yeah, well, like I told you, like, downloads were coming in like hot and heavy last week. It was insane.
Yeah. The dreams, right? You're getting, like, massive dreams.
Yeah. I finally, the last couple nights, I know I've dreamt but they've been like, just like happy, blah, blah dreams. And when I wake up, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm exhausted.
Right.
Like, I don't wake up feeling like I've just traveled across the entire fucking universe.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, this one was just in my brain. That's nice. Stayed in my galaxy this time. Yeah. It's so interesting because, like, I didn't have the dream portion of it, but I had a lot of the, like, clear cognizance that we talked about in that episode of just, like, knowing things and having these feelings. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? I don't know that this is mine. And then my eldest child was like, let me drop a bomb of all these insane dreams I've been having, and I'm going to talk to you about it. And then I, like, immediately texted you. It was like, okay, so we're going to need to have a conversation about my kid and how they're obviously receiving fucking messages from the universe in their dreams because holy shit. And it was just kind of an insane week, and, like, the dog's been crankier than usual. It's like, what is happening? So, yeah. Kind of a weird week.
Synchronicities.
Yes. I like that word. Synchronicities.
I do too.
Yeah. Last night we were talking about reciprocity as, it's just, like, among our found family, how easily the reciprocity comes about, which is, like, so important in building relationships.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
Yeah, I like synchronicities too. That's good. Yeah. Plus, they're both so fun to say.
I learned a new word. So I discovered, I guess it's a new genre of music to me. I texted you a couple links to Spotify songs.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay. So, so the word is pronoia. It's the opposite of paranoia. And it means that the universe is, like, working on your behalf, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's helping you align with everything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some Paulo Coelho, who's an author. He's got a quote that something along those same lines. He wrote The Alchemist, which is, like, basically a book that's, like, about that. It's like as soon as you wish for something to happen, the universe is working on your behalf to make it true. And which is, one, just a nice thought, but two, I think a lot of the belief behind, like, manifesting energies and just, like, intentional thinking, and who knows how much of it is external versus, like, you're just pointing your compass in a direction, finally.
Right. Spicy psychology.
I love it. Yeah. Absolutely. Ooh, spicy psychology is such a good way to put it.
Yeah, because, okay. Let's, think about it like this. Like, you say, I want X, Y, or Z. Well, you say it as though you already have it.
Right.
And then because you've said it, you then take steps to make it happen.
Right.
You know? So like you are doing it, but you know, and if you look at the view of like you are the universe and the universe is you.
Right. What you say becomes the truth.
Yeah. So it's circular and
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm a big believer in that self-talk and those, even in your own mind, like internal dialogue, what you set for yourself becomes your truth. Like otherwise, if you're always expecting the negative thing to happen, you self-sabotage until the negative thing happens. And some of it, for a lot of people's trauma responses, and they need real therapy and psychology to heal some of those wounds.
Yes.
But there's a point of like spicy psychology where it's like, if you're setting these intentions and you're positive in I'm not saying like a positive mental outlook is going to cure cancer or lift you out of poverty, but when you set goals, you naturally start working towards those goals, because that's now what you're aligned towards. So I think that's a big mental shift for a lot of people. That's not easy to overcome, but like a tenet of most types of witchcraft.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you have any like food related things that you do around this time? Like tradition-y things, or no?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the usual like family gathering and bringing food and eating together, which is just like traditional holiday things anyway.
Just stuff, yeah. That's cool. Yeah. There's a lot of it in like Italian culture, and so I've adapted it to fit our lifestyle, obviously now because of allergies. Yeah.
Fun fact, I had a new coworker for one day before she was transferred to a different office. And I had like a really good conversation with her, and then she said something, her Nana. I was like, wait, are you Italian? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Let me tell you about my podcast co-host. Hell yeah. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Ha 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 ha. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot of food traditions involved in that. And just like silly things that my kids find funny now that we do. So, and that's a food thing, but I put an orange in their stocking. Like at the bottom of their stocking, there's always an orange.
I love an orange.
Yeah.
Avery bought oranges at the grocery store yesterday.
Avery's in touch with something. Don't know what she's doing, but that bitch is synchronizing with the universe. Love it. I love it. She's the best. But yeah, so we do weird stuff like that. And then we do La Befana, which is like an Italian tradition where it's basically just like an old lady who comes around, and if you leave your shoes outside your door, if you've been good, she fills it with candy. She fills your shoes with candy. And if you've been bad, she fills your shoes with cow shit. So
I was wondering what the bad. I was thinking like rocks.
No. This is Italy, baby. We have a lot of cow shit.
So there is one thing that I always insist on doing, because there's not a lot of things that I really care about Christmas. Like I don't care about giving gifts because, we discussed that. But I really, really like Christmas lights.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so on Christmas Eve, I'm like, I get Avery, we go to town, and there's like this little neighborhood where they string lights like up and down and like zigzags from the trees to the ground and shit. And it goes like across the road. and it's just like really cool and really magical. And like the one thing about it being dark early is I get to like see Christmas lights. Like
Yeah.
that's like the one super. There's something about Christmas lights. I'm like, this feels really magical, and I
It
like it.
does. Yeah. I like it too. I'm a big fan of Christmas lights. There's a park near us that does like really like does up the park in all different kinds of lights, and they have like statues and animal shapes and like all this crazy shit. And there's like a pond in the middle of the park, and they do like lights in the pond.
Oh
And
wow,
yeah, and you could
that's
like
cool.
drive around. There's like it's like a loop that you drive
Hmm.
through, and so we do that with the kids, and they love that. And then we have tickets to do. There's like a thing called Festival of Lights that they do in another town in Connecticut, and it's another like you drive through it, and it's like these like tunnels of lights with like light shows that go on, and clearly Nick doesn't come because he has epilepsy,
Oh
so
god.
so
Oh no no.
he does not. But you drive through it like super slow,
Wait, is
and
it coordinated with music though?
yes, it's coordinated with like you turn on a specific like old drive through, you turn on a radio
Yeah,
station,
yeah.
and it's coordinated with music, and the lights pulsate and whatever. And the kids, because I have a Subaru Outback, because what queer adult woman doesn't have a Subaru Outback? Let me be as gay as possible. Um, my kids stand up outside like the sunroof as we go through it, even when it's fucking freezing. Um, and it's like a super fun thing that we get to do. So, but that's, I big fan of lights and those kinds of things. I love that you would,
Love
if you
that.
do that, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to. I mean, she says it's kind of a pain to have to drive to town in the middle of the night. Like
What's it like, 6 o'clock?
it's like 7 o'clock.
Get it together, Avery.
But this year I kind of explained like why I liked it. She's like, okay, I guess I can stop grouching about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, it's super fun. It does feel magical, though. I don't know. Maybe it's because it looks like candles, like the little lights look like candlelight. I don't know. But
Maybe
it feels magical.
it almost, you know, obviously people just put Christmas lights up because, it's what people do.
Right.
But I feel like it's like, because it's so dark outside, it's almost a way of like bringing light
Yes. You're
in
like
that, in that darkness.
yeah, it's like reclaiming the light.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, that's what it feels like.
Oh, I like that though.
And they're pretty.
And they're fucking pretty. There's like nothing I love more. Like I'm looking at my tree is like right next to me. That my Yule tree covered in colored lights, because I love colored lights. We like weren't allowed to have colored lights growing up. We only had white lights. I know. And for just various fucking reasons, but a lot of racist ones. Yeah. And so when I became an adult with my own lights, I was like, fuck it, we're only doing colored lights. Because I love them and they're beautiful. But there's something so peaceful about like sitting in my living room at night with all the lights off except for the tree and the lights that we have strung around. And it's like, I don't know. It's just so nice. And I am not a person who likes sitting in the dark. I don't like the dark. I get dizzy. So, yeah. So, but there's something super peaceful about that.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. Do you want to pull a card for us, Miss Neva? Just like look around for a deck.
Let me get right on that. We are always prepared.
Always
and
prepared.
Professional.
I love it.
So this deck that I chose, I shared the Kickstarter link with you.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It's called the Unessential Tarot. And so what this guy did was he kind of like parsed down every card into like a single word to encompass that
Like,
card.
Ooh,
And
I
then
like that.
he created the artwork. Ooh.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Okay. So I think, hold on, because this is one of those decks that doesn't use the traditional suits. I
Oh,
gotta see.
I know. I was using what deck the other day, and like elixirs was cups, and I was like, ooh, fuck.
Okay, so this is Youth of Spirit, which would be the Page of Wands.
Oh, it's
And
cute. It's like a little
yeah,
ghosty.
so big ideas. It's a little ghost in a graveyard with a little light above his head.
Oh, it's like the light bulb went up.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
love that.
I kind of love that because we're talking about Yule, and
You'll have big ideas.
You'll have big ideas, and youth, or page is like beginnings, starting journeys, and then spirit reminds me of like A Christmas Carol and how Scrooge was visited by the three spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while, but yes.
So, yeah. Love that for us.
I do love that for us. Big ideas. And who knows what next season will bring.
Exactly.
Bigger, better, witchier.
This is good.
Yeah.
I haven't really used this deck much. Because then it's like, so what, I can't remember, what's the 11th
card?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the Hermit?
Justice?
No. Is it Justice?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to look at this deck more. But anyway.
That is really cool, though.
Youth of Spirit. Big ideas. Dream. Nice. I feel like this is the time of year for resting and reflecting and dreaming and scheming.
I like it. 11 was Justice, by the way.
Okay.
So you're good.
Yeah.
Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine.
Yeah.
I like that. So.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I know. I think probably a good time to mention that, yes, this is the end of season 1 for us. Mm-hmm. So much like the bears and nature and everything else, we will be hibernating until sometime in February when we return for season 2.
Yeah. I am glad we came back and did one more just to put like a little bow on the season, because it was kind of uncertain.
It was. We were like, man, are we gonna have time? We both have so many things going on.
So I'm glad we could do this last one of the year.
Yeah, me too. Plus, it's just wonderful seeing your face.
It's wonderful seeing your face.
Yay!
And Neva's ready to hibernate for sure.
Yes.
With my soup.
Fuck yeah. Yes, Maria is very much also ready for hibernation. And 3 out of the 4 people in my house hibernate very well.
I'm gonna guess Gemma's the 4th.
No, Gemma hibernates great.
Oh.
Yeah. If you tell her, be like, hey, you want to fuck off and just isolate? And she's like, yeah, I'm in. Colin, on the other hand, not so much. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just like, no, but I need to be around people. And I have all the bad FOMO. And I want to know what's happening. And I got to get in there. It's like, oh my God, just shut the hell up and go take a nap. Go read a book. Go take a nap. But
what's bringing you joy, Maria?
So many things, honestly. I feel super lucky. But I think the thing that's brought me the most joy, it was our family winter solstice party last night. I don't ever remember feeling so seen and loved and appreciated for like exactly who I am, instead of what other people wanted me to be or what I meant to them. And so being in a room of 5 adults who were like, no, we see you, we get you, was kind of overwhelmingly joyful. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. So, what's bringing you joy, Neva?
I also feel like a lot of things are bringing me joy.
Fuck
mostly because it feels like a season of gratitude right now. I'm going to say that I get to start teleworking part-time soon. Like, I turned in my telework agreement last week.
Hell yeah.
So I am very much looking forward to not having to drive to the office every single day.
Wow. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Me too.
Honestly, that's amazing. Hell yeah.
Because Christmas Eve will be 6 months, and you have to work at least 6 months before you're allowed to telework.
Nice.
So I turned in my telework agreement, and I haven't heard that I can't.
You're like, I'm just gonna start doing it. That's always the best. Ask forgiveness, not permission.
I mean, I probably need to wait until my manager signs it and gives it back to me, but
probably.
She was like, "Oh yeah, we do need to do that soon." I'm like, and
yes,
she was like, she's like, "There's a form to fill." I'm like, "I found it." Like, it was already filled out.
Like, girl, I got you. I'm already on this. I love that. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for listening to the first season of the Lost Girls podcast. I truly hope that you have a wonderful holiday season and that we've entertained you these last couple months. If taught you anything or made you laugh or anything at all, just thank you so much to the 17 people who listen. We love and appreciate you so much. So, yes, thank you.
Everything Maria said, and share, you know what? While we're in hibernation, share it with more people, and then we can have maybe 25 people.
Oh my God. Should that be our goal for next year? Our podcast goal? 25 listeners. Yeah. I love it.
We'll go on break and it's just gonna blow up.
Yeah. We're gonna come
we're gonna be so big.
We're gonna come back and just be famous. We're gonna have sponsors and merch.
We will still be chaotic.
Yeah, we'll still be just as unprepared and giggly as ever.
So
amazing.
Have a restful winter season, everyone. We love you so much.
Yes, happy hibernating.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.